Hey guys, welcome to this uncut, unfiltered, on the fly, unscripted, new little podcast I want to do, like a new little series. It's something that's going to be on both my main channel here and my other channel, if that channel's still around, because one of the things that did occur today that surprised me is what a lot of people have said YouTube was doing. However, I want to correct people on that right now. You know, a lot of people made a big deal about the COPPA thing happening, and what it is actually in reality, and I believe YouTube and Google and the people there heard the complaints and all that, people's worries and everything. They gave you, basically they do want you to go to your settings and look things over, read the terms, look up your settings and all that. And basically they give you three options, you know, at the end of looking over your settings and the terms and all that. Basically those three options are: yes, my channel is meant for kids; no, my channel is not meant for kids; and 3, I want to review these settings every time basically I want to review these settings every time I upload a video, or something like that. Basically those are your three options. So at least obviously YouTube has heard people's complaints and the worries and saying, look, it's not as bad as you think, we're giving you the option. Because by giving us those options, they're telling people that, hey, if your channel is for children, you are responsible for making sure it stays that way and it's nothing else but for children. But if it's not, you let us know right now. So they're trying their best to clean up a lot of things, and I know people are not happy about it, but you know, times have changed. This isn't 13, 14 years ago. You know, it isn't like that. It isn't 9 years ago or anything like that. Times have changed. A lot of video uploading services are going to change. Whether they seem to be for us, or basically they seem to be the promised land or anything, they're going to change. So anyway, like I said, barring anything that may have happened with that channel because of what's going on, this is a new podcast that I'm hoping that I might do on the fly. Like I said, it's uncut, unscripted. But basically, it's something that's called AW Podcast, or at times will be known as DL AW Podcast. The DL will be probably in parentheses because basically what AW stands for is after work, and DL stands for during lunch. So I might do the podcast, the audio version during lunch, and then after work I might upload it. Or I might do the podcast after work like what I'm doing now. So with that said though, this is going to be like a short podcast. Basically I try to give my thoughts best as I can within a time frame, quick time frame that's good for everybody, on 3 subjects, you know, 3 topics if you will, 3 subjects, and just go from there, and then allow you guys to kind of in the live chat during the premiere, and even in the comment section, give me your thoughts on some of the topics I touched upon and subjects I touched upon. So what we're going to start off with is these 3. Disney Plus. These are the 3 topics, guys, we're going to start off with. Disney Plus, the new Sonic trailer that dropped, and we're going to talk about whether or not what Andre Medows said about John Cena's newest movie, Playing with Fire, whether or not it is a My Little Pony movie in disguise, or is there something more to MLP being utilized in that film than what's being led on. So without further ado, guys, let's not wait any longer. Let's see if we can do this as quickly as possible. Okay guys, so let's start off by talking about Disney Plus. Yes, Disney Plus, much to the surprise of a lot of people, even John Campa, much to their surprise, and like I said, John Campa and his wife's surprise, Disney dropped Disney Plus last night, I believe a little after midnight. Disney Plus was dropped on various platforms, PlayStation, Xbox, your mobile phones, your iPads, your Kindles, you name it, it was dropped. Your PCs, it was dropped. Fire TV, you name it, it was dropped. Rootco, it was dropped. And it seemed that everything, even after everybody, including myself, downloaded the app, because a lot of us, including myself, pre-ordered the service. Now a lot of us got some kind of code to get some kind of reward, after we pre-ordered, but I don't know exactly what that code was supposed to do, so I didn't get the reward, whatever it would have been. So anyway, a lot of us, like myself, pre-ordered Disney Plus about a couple of months ago. And basically, I think it was about a month or two ago I pre-ordered it. I think it was back in August or September. I got to look again. But basically, I pre-ordered Disney Plus, the $6.99 option, the $6.99 option, instead of the $13.99 option, $13.99, or the $69.99 or $69.95 option, which is $69.95. Basically, the big difference between the three is the $6.99 is per month, the $13.99 is per month, but it also includes ESPN and Hulu, and the $69.95 is for a whole year, and I think that also includes ESPN, Hulu, and Disney Plus. But anyway, long story short, a lot of people finally got the service, even ordering it today. In fact, at work, there were some people that were actually ordering it during the breaks or at lunch. People were ordering Disney Plus. So, a lot of people were getting on there and getting ready to enjoy watching some of their favorite shows, at any time they want, binging them and all that. So, with that said, though, everybody probably expected Disney Plus to debut with some technical issues. Like I said, when it debuted yesterday, very, very early this morning, like after midnight and all that, there were no issues. However, as we got later on in the early portion of the day, like 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Pacific and all that, yes, there ended up being issues. As we got later on into the regular day, like I said, for me, between 6 a.m. and I would assume 9 a.m. Pacific, there were some issues. There were some issues that were brought up. There were some issues that were dealt with, that were being worked on. Basically, the server crashed. The server crashed because basically Disney didn't expect, they knew Disney Plus was going to be a success, but they didn't expect they would be exceeded by the subscribers they got. And basically because of that, the server crashed, and they had to basically take the time to fix the issue, and hopefully things will be okay from then on in. There are still some issues. I just had to log back in a second time on my PS4, on my Disney Plus app there, and it's working good. But the first time, it's like everything else was working except for the home menu, unless it would still have to warm up or something like that. But there's still going to be issues, and over time it's going to update. It's in the first version right now, and then within the next few months, I would probably say next month at the earliest, or even the next few weeks, you'll probably get another update for the service to clean up any more bugs and glitches, as well as add on additional content. But right now, it definitely looks like a good service to have. It's got everything you want. It's got everything advertised. It even has movies listed on there, and they even have a description that basically states that, yeah, this movie's coming to Disney Plus, but it won't come until about this time. Like I looked up Avengers, and it showed Avengers Infinity War, and I clicked on it, and all it had to play was the trailer. But it said right next to the play trailer wording, it said that coming soon, in June of 2020, this movie will be on Disney Plus, because it still has obligations to Netflix and other places. So yeah, it gives you that opportunity as well to look up and see movies that you know are coming, but it also at the same time lets you know when they're coming. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool and everything. But overall, the service looks great. I did watch briefly some things out of the service that just to get an idea of what we're in store for, and it looks really good. So I'll talk about it more when I do a review on it. But yeah, Disney Plus is here. It started out with a few glitches as expected, but those have been cleaned up as best they could. And I guarantee you by the next update that we get for the service, they'll be cleaned up even more. And now, on to the next topic. Alright, next topic is about the Sonic trailer. Now, I've watched the trailer. Angry Joe has watched the trailer. Andre Meadows and a variety of others have watched the trailer. And a lot of people are happy with the redesign that Sonic got, because initially the design he got originally was not what they wanted, and now he's got the design that's close to what they want, and it looks really good. The trailer, you could definitely tell that it's an origin story, and you could definitely tell that it's got some kind of inspiration from Sonic X, from what I can tell, as well as it's got some inspiration from other properties that have gone down this route. So it looks really good. Jim Carrey definitely has brought his A game again. It's definitely shown that, you know, he's still got it when it comes to comedic timing, and is hamming it up and all that. So, can't say any more about Jim Carrey than, you definitely check out the trailer to see what I'm talking about. But overall, it looks really good. I mean, in fact, they even show Sonic's planet, and it's a very good recreation of Green Hill Zone. I mean, you get the loop, you get the going up the hill kind of thing where it ends, and then maybe he springs on something, I don't know. But it looks really good. It looks really good, and they did a great job in redesigning him. I think they still got some more work to do. Maybe not as much, but they still got some work to do to kind of really make him very close to what fans want. I mean, there are some things here and there that still need to be fixed, but right now it's at a satisfactory level that fans were hoping for. So, yeah, the Sonic trailer dropped. The redesign looks great, and all I can say is I'm definitely going to be seeing it when it comes out. So definitely check out the new trailer that dropped, and let's see what you guys have to say about it and what your thoughts are on the new Sonic design and look that was debuted in this trailer. Alright, the third and final topic we're going to talk about here is John Cena's latest movie, Playing with Fire. Andre Meadows recently did a review on it, where he talked about Playing with Fire and what was involved. The title of his video was Playing with Fire, secretly a My Little Pony movie, because in case you guys don't know, if you didn't see the trailers, and if you did see if some of you saw the trailers and probably went and saw the movie, you probably know, and a bit of spoilers, because Andre, he spoiled it anyway, towards the end, they throw a party for the youngest of the three siblings, which is the little girl, and it's a My Little Pony party. And what happens is there are moments thrown throughout that final scene that you could look at and say it's either paying homage and paying tribute to the My Little Pony franchise, mostly the Friendship is Magic one, and the impact on pulp culture that it's had, or you could look at it as Paramount and Nickelodeon movies taken, because remember, this is a Nickelodeon movie. It's distributed by Paramount, but it's done by Nickelodeon movies. So you could also look at it as being a jab by Nickelodeon at the fandom. Basically trying to say, yeah, remember, you guys might like the show, but remember, it's meant for little girls. That's why it's being thrown for a little girl's party. And I don't know, by having John Leguizamo, list off what the ponies are about and all that, and who they are and everything. I don't know if that's a jab at the Brony Pegasus community. I don't know, but again, one can only assume and assume perhaps it's either the My Little Pony, scene, the little birthday scene with the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic deal is a jab at the fandom and all that, or is it something more? Is it, like I said, is it a jab? Is it homage? Or is it something more? And what I sometimes am thinking it could be, because it's no secret that movies do this. Movies do this, especially if it's a movie distributed by another company or studio or network or whatever. They will either get permission from the company that owns the franchise that they're going to highlight in the film. In this case, it's Friendship is Magic. They're owned by Hasbro. So either they got permission by Hasbro, or Hasbro didn't see this coming. But that would kind of be weird, wouldn't it? Since Hasbro's kind of partners with Paramount, because Paramount's going to be distributing a lot of the All-Spark picture films in the next few years. But anyway, like I said, you would think, Paramount would probably get to permission, or you think Hasbro would say, okay, go ahead and do this. Because, like I said, if they did this and Hasbro didn't know, then it was more of a Nickelodeon call than anything else. But what I'm getting at is one has to think, did Nickelodeon do this, like I said, to either pay homage or mostly take a jab at the fandom? Or did they do it to try to secretly court Hasbro into letting them and their network, their cable channels, be the ones that will broadcast the next generation, G5 that is, of My Little Pony? Because again, anytime a franchise is highlighted in a movie like Friendship is Magic was with Playing with Fire, it's usually, and it's being highlighted by a company that basically doesn't have the license or rights to, let's say, air the show in any kind of capacity. One has to think, well, is Nickelodeon trying to court Hasbro into letting them air the next incarnation of My Little Pony Generation 5 on their channel, on their networks, instead of Discovery Family? Now, before anybody says anything, I know there's a Nickelodeon network down in Australia that has aired My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. I'm not saying Nickelodeon hasn't done this before, but there's a difference between the Nickelodeon channels and networks across the world. There's always a big difference. So one has to wonder if perhaps here stateside, if the US/Canadian Nickelodeon is trying to court Hasbro and saying, let us air Generation 5, because look, we're giving you free advertisement with this one little scene towards the end of our film. You have to think, did they put that scene in there to either take a jab at the fandom, or to court Hasbro into giving them the rights, the television rights and everything, to the next generation of My Little Pony? I mean, I know Andre didn't bring that up or anything, but it kind of makes you think a little bit, was that My Little Pony scene added in to either take a jab at the fandom, or to secretly court Hasbro into letting Nickelodeon here stateside be the ones to air the next generation of My Little Pony on their channels, instead of keeping it on Discovery Family, where a lot of people would say it's a safer bet to do, because if My Little Pony Generation 5 goes on Nickelodeon, they get lost in the shuffle. You know what I'm saying? But again, you have to think, which was it? What was it? Was it a jab at the fandom with a possible little bit of an homage, maybe, but mostly a jab? Or was it a secret, or was it Nickelodeon secretly trying to court Hasbro into letting them be the ones that aired G5? You have to think, you have to wonder. Okay, guys, so anyway, that's about it for the 3 topics I wanted to talk about on this, I guess you could say, pilot for the AW podcast, and at times the DLAW podcast, the DL being in parentheses if that ever happens. So let me know what your thoughts are in the live chat here during the premiere, because I can't do a live stream with this because that's screwed up, with all good intent, with all good reasoning. And I know you're thinking you're just saying that to save your channel. Well, wouldn't you? Anyway, with all good reasoning, and I'm sure YouTube is going to listen to the public and try to maybe fix that as well down the line whenever they get the opportunity. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the live chat during this premiere, as well as in the comment section of these 3 topics. What are your thoughts on each of them? Did you have some technical? Did you have a technical difficulty experience with Disney Plus when you first started using it? What are your thoughts on the new Sonic design for the movie? And do you think, yay or nay? Do you think either the My Little Pony product placement for Friendship is Magic in Playing with Fire was either to take a jab, maybe give a bit of an homage, but take a jab at the fandom itself? Or do you think Nickelodeon was trying to secretly court Hasbro into letting them be the new home, channel-wise and network-wise, for G5 of My Little Pony? Let me know what you guys think in both the live chat and in the comments. But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching this test pilot. Hopefully there'll be more to come in the future. And I will talk to y'all later. God bless. Take care.